Hi guys, I'm Tarni Shah and welcome back to my YouTube channel for people who are new here. Hi, I am Tarni Shah. It's been a while since I've done that intro. Feels a little weird and I really think I want to change it. We're going to directly jump into this and today I'm going to show you how I do my really quick and easy Indian wedding guest makeup look. And also at the same time, I'm going to show you multiple alternatives that you can use and also things that I use depending upon different situations. So this is also kind of like a recommendations video because I was supposed to make a recommendations video for the Nykaa sale, but I don't have time to do both, so I'm gonna just club the video together. Okay, this is Tarni from the future and I'm gonna teach you this exact look today along with multiple makeup recommendations. But before I start, make sure to like, share and subscribe. Make sure you like this video, please, because your likes really help me and my content and for this video to reach to more people, so I'm gonna wait. Okay, by now you should have liked and subscribed at least if you don't want to share the video. But yeah, okay, Tarni, you can take over and start the makeup look. Okay, let's get started. So we're gonna go step by step in the routine, and at the same time I'm gonna suggest you multiple products for that part of the routine. So first up, we're going to start with priming our face. It's a really important step and I do it regardless of what kind of makeup I'm doing, whether it's heavy or it's light. I always make sure to prime my face. So now there are multiple products ranging from a lower price point to a high price point that I'm going to suggest to you guys. I'm going to be using this glowy makeup serum by Laneige. Yeah, I got one drop here, a little bit here and here. I'm just going to make sure that it's evenly spread all over my face. This one is to give me like an even base to make sure that the makeup sticks. For shadi looks, I go for glowy primers that will also prime my face. You can also do a mixture of primers and that is exactly what I'm going to do. Now with this Laneige serum, I am going to use the Pore Professional by Benefit. This just instantly blurs out my pores. So I use it extra on my T-zone. For my T-zone where I have like excess pores to blur them out, there are multiple primers that you can use. The other ones that I like are, I really like this Faces Canada one as well. I think it works really well for the price point it is at. Then going above, of course, the Maybelline Fit Me's. It's really famous. I like the Dewy Plus Smooth one for glowy looks, and I think they have a mattifying primer which is more of like a daily primer that you can use. Moving upwards, I have the e.l.f. Luminous Petite Primer. So now you have this as well as a mattifying version, so depending upon your needs. And e.l.f. currently has a buy one get one going on, so I think you can get both the primers if you really want to. I really like the quantity you get, and like I'm just almost finishing stuff. Going towards more higher price points, we have the most viral Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and the Bobbi Brown primer. I feel for the Bobbi Brown, the Faces Canada could be a dupe. I don't know about the ingredients and all, I've not checked, but it feels similar. I'm not saying it's the same, but it feels similar. That's basically it for the primers. I'm gonna be making sure that I link down everything and you can go and check it out. Also, another tip I would give is go and try these products out. I think by the time the video comes out, you will still have a day or so because the sale ends on 1st of December. If you do have time, please go and check out the products for yourself, for your skin, especially when I'm going to suggest like lipsticks and blushes. Please go and check them out for your skin first, because color theory is really a thing. Things that might suit me and my skin tone might not suit you because you might have a different undertone and there's like a lot of weird color math to it. So just make sure you go and check stuff in stores as much as you can. Okay, moving on to, we're going to do our eyeshadow first this time because we're going to use kind of like glitters, and you don't want to do that after you're done with your base because it might just fall on your skin and it'll be very difficult to remove. Okay, but basically for my eyes, to prime my eyes, I don't usually do it, but just because I have the products, I've started doing it. Does it make a difference? I think it's in between. It does help bring out the pigment in your eyeshadows, but if you're using like brown tones and subtle pinks, and if you want a subtle makeup look, then I think it's okay to skip it, and I skip it most of the time. So the two that I have are this one from Urban Decay and I have one more from Bobbi Brown which I can't find, but yeah, I have these two and I've only used those, so I'm only gonna vouch for these two. They are pretty good, and because I do basic makeup, I don't think of it as a necessary step, but I know a lot of people stand by it. So yeah, just check it out for yourself and see if it's worth it. I think it really evens out your base for your makeup look. And I do believe that it keeps your eyeshadow for a longer period of time because your eyeshadow has something to stick to. Coming to eyeshadows, there are a few palettes that I swear by. So this is the Empowered Eyeshadow Palette by Huda Beauty. I am in love with this palette. I use it every freaking day and it just doesn't get over. Okay, these are the shades that you get in the palette. You can see how every shade is used a little bit. I love this for my daily makeup looks. I swear by it for everyday makeup. I love the browns in it. They are really like brown skin tone friendly, I would call it, and they are highly pigmented. I know it's a little higher on the price point side, but I think this could be one of those palettes that you just invest in, especially as a brown tone girl. I really like the colors and how they complement my skin tone. Other options that I personally like, I have this Self Love palette by K Beauty, and it has these pinks which are also really great if you're more of like a pink palette girl. If you like pink eye makeup looks for shadis or even your daily looks, I think this is something you could get. And I think they have multiple shades in it. Pigment is really nice, not bad, and the colors that they have really complement each other, so that works for different eye makeup looks. Again, more towards the expensive side, but really works for wedding season, the Naked 3 palette by Urban Decay. It has all of your pinks and muted tones, which again work really well with our skin tone. And lastly, if you don't want to invest in big palettes and if you want specific colors or smaller travel palettes, I would suggest these Quads by Nykaa. They have various color schemes in these palettes, and I feel these ones I personally find to be the best for wedding season, and even I feel the browns and the pinks just work for your everyday looks as well. So you could definitely invest in these. And in their palette shade range, they have various ones which have like specific colors like a blue or a yellow. So if you have any outfits according to that, I feel you can invest in tiny ones and you can take them together, stack them up, and they're also very travel friendly, so that really helps. I'm going to be using the shade Keep Going, which is right here, and I'm gonna put it all over my eye. Like, I feel the eye primer is like giving more pop to the color, so I'll give that to the eye primer. I'm gonna do a subtle smoky eye because it's also a day wedding. Then I'm gonna go into the shade Legacy, which is kind of like this rusty red. I'm gonna subtly merge it. To be honest, I'm really like an amateur at makeup still, but I feel what works for me, and it doesn't look like that bad. Now I'm gonna take more of the flatter brush right here, and I'm gonna add the shade Confident and add it just like to the corners to just smoke it out. Okay, so now I've got this subtle smoked up eye. I'm gonna move on and add the glitter. I'm wearing more of a gold greenish outfit today, so that is what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with bold moves. It's got a subtle hint of copper, silver and gold, like all three metals kind of mixed together, which gives a beautiful sheen. You see how it fell here? That is exactly why I did my eyes first. I really just like tapping it on my eye. I know you can use a brush and stuff, but if your hand works, then just use it. Blend it out a little bit, taking it to the inner corners as well. It's super subtle and you're gonna get a smoky look and you have the glitter popping out, all really quick, really easy. It takes max 5 minutes. Moving further into the eyes, we've got the kajals, the liners and the mascaras. Again, have multiple suggestions for them. I'm a big kajal fan, so I'm gonna quickly suggest the ones I go for like immediately when I see them. Everyone's favorite, the Maybelline Colossal Kajal. It's everyone's favorite because it really works. Then we have the MAC Extreme Liner. This is the travel size, which is again really helpful for when you're traveling. Very extremely pigmented, love it. I have this one from Rimmel London, which again, super pigmented, easy to blend, easy to apply. Then I have Pixie by Petra, which again, I mean, all kajals are just nice, right? That's why I'm suggesting them. And lastly, if you're looking for something colored in kajals, I would really suggest the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencils. These are extremely pigmented. The color will show just like you see them and they will not budge. They will not budge at all. I've used them on the shoot when we shot the campaign for Urban Decay, but apart from that, whenever I've done, like, even once I've done swatches on my hand and the swatch has just never gone because I didn't remove it with like an oil cleanser and I was just taking a bath and I was like, nikal kyun nahi raha? But it was really good. So if you are looking for a pop of color in your makeup, I think this is great ones to invest in. For my kajal today, I'm going to use the one from Rimmel London because I keep using the Colossal one, so you've already seen me apply it, so I wanted to show you something different. Now I have this one kajal technique that I keep using again and again. It's upper lash line, lower lash line, little towards the edge. But I'm just gonna do upper lash line right now, and we're gonna do the lower lash line after we're done with our base. So upper lash line to add definition to your eye. Like, you see the difference? The definition just adds a lot to it. Smoke it out a little towards the edge if you want to. We're gonna add a liner anyway, so I don't do that a lot because it's fine. Okay, when it comes to liners, I don't have many suggestions. I think I have a few. Again, the Colossal liner, really still my go-tos. I use it every freaking day. I think this would be a very random suggestion, but I really like this one from Color Bar. They just sent it to me once, and Color Bar's tip, okay, it's not a brush, it's kind of like a sponge. So again, very easy to control and gives you very sharp lines. One of my current favorite liners is this one from Urban Decay's 24 ink. Even this gives you a lot of control with the tip, and plus you can easily hold it. Again, does not budge at all, extremely waterproof, works really well. And I really like the control I have with this, with the entire brush being like so long and you can just paint your eyes. I am gonna actually use the Color Bar one because I want to show you all how it's actually really good. My tip for my go-to liner is pretty easy and simple. I also learned it from Selena Gomez because she gave that tip. You start from the center of your eyes and you go straight back. I'm gonna do a tiny wing and then you just connect it upwards. I also sometimes just go over here and connect it towards the edge of my eye, but it doesn't show, but it's still there. It just makes my eyes look bigger. This also dries up pretty fast and is like, this is super easy, right? For mascaras, which is one of my favorite steps, I have a few and I have opinions, okay? I have opinions because I love these and I live by them. I know, I swear they didn't pay me to do this, but the Maybelline Colossal really works for an everyday mascara. It's lightweight, it applies and it does the job. If you want to go with something that really make your eyelashes go up and separated and gives you the max volume, I would suggest this Smashbox Super Fan Mascara. The branding is kind of gone because I use it that much. It just has this beautiful applicator that applies so much product to my eyes but also separates all my lashes so nothing's clumpy. Really a big fan of Huda Beauty Legit lashes. I really like them because they have two ends. They have a volume end and they have a curl and length end. According to what you want, you can do it, and you can also give yourself a volume and then give the curl for extra voluminous lashes, and they really work so well, stays on forever. And lastly, towards more of a budget side again, I have the K Beauty mascara. I don't think it's waterproof, but it works really well. It really pulls up your lashes and gives you good enough product, and it can be like a great everyday mascara if you're too tired of removing a mascara every night and want something that comes off easily. I'm gonna be using the Smashbox Super Fan Mascara. So now I just kind of go to the bottom of the lashes first. Make sure there's enough product there and then move upwards. Just look at that. I don't know if you can you see the difference? When you see how my lashes are just so high up there? I don't know if you can see the difference, but I see a difference in real life. This is crazy, the volume it gives me. I'm gonna do the lower lash line and everything after I do my base because that's just how I go about it. You don't have to follow my techniques. I'm an amateur, I would say, but this is just what works for me. Now we do the base. First things first, I'm gonna conceal my under eyes. I use the LA Girl Pro Conceal like every other girl. But if you're looking for an alternative, I really like the K Beauty one also, but I think this one just works better for me and I really love it. Take some product, put it under my eye. So peach cancels out all the pigmented areas for me and evens out my skin. I feel when you're buying a color corrector, always go and check if a peach works for you or an orange, because an orange also works really, really well for Indian skin tones. I use the peach because I want a very subtle coverage. I feel when I use the orange, I have to cover it up with heavier concealers and then my entire look looks very heavy and baked and caked, which I don't like. I like more of a natural coverage. So that's why I use the peach, because even if I have a low coverage foundation, it kind of gets covered up. I blend this out with my fingers again. Very subtle coverage it's giving me and I love that. Now we move on to the foundations. Again, I have many to suggest. My everyday go-to high coverage foundation, L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. It's in the shade 257 True Sun. I can't find the shade again, and it's really scaring me because I really love this foundation. It gives me so much coverage. I love how it looks on my skin. It's just beautiful. One of my favorites, one of my tops. Moving forward for a more glowy look, but more on the high-end side, I have the Smashbox Halo Glow in the shade medium. Matches my skin tone beautifully. It gives me good coverage, not complete coverage, but good coverage, like medium. I can probably build it up or cover my acne scars with concealers. But if I'm going for like a low maintenance glowy look, then the Smashbox Halo is really the way to go. Another one which is more for the glowy look is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Also acts as a great base. Again, there's a 1+1 going on e.l.f., so you can just go and check it out. This is shade 4. Great shade match for me. Another one that I do like is this one by K Beauty. Very buildable coverage it has, not full coverage, but you can build it up, and good shade match for me and really works. Another budget one I would say is the Nykaa Matte Last. This is in 12 White Tan, which matches my skin tone. I think this is more of like an everyday foundation, not too much coverage but not bad coverage, but also stays on your skin for a long time and also controls like oil, which really is good. Again, on the expensive side but looks so good, is this Airbrush Flawless Foundation. It is more towards the yellow tone for my skin, so I kind of like mix it with other foundations to kind of balance it out and get the perfect shade for me, but also gives beautiful coverage to you and it just gives you a flawless base, so it really works. I'm gonna use multiple things so that I can show you a little bit of everything. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Halo Glow as the base because I want a glowy foundation, but I think you'll see the shade match. So works as a great base, but if you're going for a glowy look and if you're gonna mattify it a little bit here and there with powders, then too it's perfect. On top of this, I'm gonna be taking a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, and because it gives me such high coverage, I'm gonna put it on areas where I need high coverage, which is like my cheeks. So you see how it's a little yellow tone for me, but we're gonna fix that eventually. Like you see the yellow tone, right? We'll mix it in, but it's giving me coverage where I need it, like good heavy coverage. So you can always mix different formulas together and get the ideal look that you want. And if you've like, bought different foundations together, or if you ever do end up having multiple foundations at home, you can just mix them up and find your perfect texture and look and coverage. So now you see the difference, but it's giving me full coverage, but you see the difference, right? So to bring that all together, I'm gonna use my true shade, and now I'm just gonna blend it all together and it's gonna give me my perfect shade. And now I have my true skin tone. I know it's a process, but I only do this for important events or weddings or anything like that. Otherwise, I will just go in with my true shade or like do subtle hints of mixing all the foundations together and putting it on my skin. Itna mehnat I don't do on a regular basis because it's too painful. Next up, let's talk concealers. The one concealer that wins is the Maybelline Instant Erase Concealer. These are all three. They are all three the same shades, but I kept buying bottles because they were so good. And like I use a little bit of all of them, so I'm not buying till I finish all of them. And my shade is 142 Butterscotch. It is my true shade. It can also work in place of foundation because it's so good, so thick. I love it. We have the K Beauty concealer. It's really thick in consistency, and if you let it set and then blend it out, I think works really great, gives you good coverage. Next up, we've got the Fit Me concealers. They also work really beautiful on a budget, and again, if you let them set for a bit and then you blend it out, great for like college girls. So if you're a person who just conceals her face, then I think even this, if you buy in your shade, depending upon your budget, I think will work. More towards the high end, we've got the Huda Beauty concealer. Again, really good consistency, massive coverage. Just I think you've got to let these products set a little and then blend it out for the best results and like best coverage. And another one that I've recently started liking is the Urban Decay Quickie. Very thick consistency, beautiful coverage, and it also comes with like a little brush over here which acts like that your finger, so it blends out really beautifully, and I'm going to show it to you actually. This is in the shade 41NN that I'm using. Let it set for a little bit, which is like maybe a second or so, because this one has like really good coverage anyway, so you don't even need to let it set. And now I'm going to use this brush that they have. I'm just going to go and subtly start dabbing it. This one's a lighter shade, so it really brightens my under eyes. And lastly, to bring it all together, I always use a Beauty blender and I just tap it to make sure that it's all beautifully just seamlessly blends. Look at that seamless transition to my shade and like the lighter. It's full coverage because you can't see my under eye bags at all. Okay, now we're gonna powder our under eyes a little, and here are like 3 powders that I use. I don't use anything else from these. You've got the Huda Beauty Pound Cake. It's a translucent setting powder, really works beautifully, but also gives me a very baked look, so I only use it for certain occasions. I've got the Faces Canada Banana Compact, which I use on a regular basis and is my go-to because it's a compact powder. You can also use the Fit Me powders, they work really well. For a budget loose powder, you've got the Fit Me loose powder. I'm going to be using the Faces Canada Compact powder. Got my little powder puff. Kind of like swirl it in, look up, and I just press it in. And it instantly will set my under eyes, and I can also kind of extend it to other parts of my face a little to set anything that might look oily, you know, not glowy but oily. So yeah, I kind of got that. It's just that easy. If you feel like there's excess product, take a fluffy brush and just remove it. I'm going to quickly use the same products that I used for my eyes and give it more of a smoky look now that we are done with our under eyes. Taking the same mascara and just doing my under eye lashes. My god, this is a very tiring process. Next up, I'm going to talk about my favorite ever step of my makeup routine, which is blush. I have so many blushes to suggest to you guys, so let's get started. Now these blushes are in a good range of pricing, so you can just pick whatever works for you. One blush that is not here but really deserves a mention is the K-Beauty blushes. Extremely pigmented, looks so beautiful on your skin, and they were one of my go-tos. If I can find the shade and suggest you, I will put the shade either on the screen or in the comment section. But that freaking product is so good. I broke it and I was really sad about it, and I had to throw it, and I have reordered it but it hasn't arrived yet, so I will just put it here for you guys to get it. Next up, I really like these Faces Canada's Color Me Up blushes. They come in multiple shades. I personally love this one, which is Berry Pick. I think it works really beautiful for brown skin tones. It gives you a subtle, beautiful berry flush, but more towards a warm tone, so I really like that. If you're looking for a tint which will just never move from your freaking face, I will suggest you the Dear Darling tint by Etude House. This tint is so good that it will stay from morning to night on your face. No matter what, even if it's on foundation and your foundation starts wearing off, the tint will not. The tint will stay, and it stays. And how? I've slept in this tint once and woken up with flushed cheeks because this tint just did not budge, and it was not good for my skin. Don't do that. But yeah. Next up, everyone's favorite, really works well, blends easily, and can be an everyday blush, is the Pixie blush. It really keeps getting sold out, and I got my hands on this, so I was really happy. Works so well, is very handy, can take it anywhere. Another one that I really like, and I think a lot of people like it, is the Nude Sticks. I mean, they have made these beautiful blushes for that reason. Comes in also multiple shades. I personally love the Naughty and Spice shade, which is this one. Also comes with a tiny brush. I don't find the brush very effective. I don't like the brush that much, but the shade is very like nude pink, very subtle on my skin, very brown tone. And what I'm gonna do for you is I'm gonna use 2 blushes because I really want to show y'all all these blushes. So I'm gonna use the Nude Sticks blush to give like a subtle this. Apply 1 and I apply 2 and I apply it here, and then I'm gonna take, I use this brush to blend it. I don't know what this is called, but it works, so it works. I always smile and move like kind of in circles and upwards. So it adds a very subtle flush, but we don't go subtle, we go a little more pink. Okay, everybody needs to know there's blush on my face. So I'm gonna take this one from Faces Canada, and I'm gonna just add more flush to just these parts and just like my nose. I know it'll look a little too red, but by the time I get out of this house, it's gonna kind of like blend into my skin. This one I really like to just blend with my fingers. But yeah, I think this really looks cute. I think it really works for my skin tone. I love the colors and I love the mixture of both of these coming together. And one random thing that I also want to share about the blushes is this blush palette from Pixie. If you don't know what color blush you want, or if you want multiple color blushes and kind of like contour shades also, this Pixie palette will have everything for you. It has all the colors. It has a lot of browns as well, which you can kind of use to contour your face if you want, and the formula is really nice, easily blendable. So this is a good travel kit also to have, because it gives you so many multiple shade ranges to just play around with. And you can also use blushes as eyeshadows, so even this could work for that as well. Okay, next up we're gonna talk highlighters. Now for highlighters, I don't think you need to go out and buy a different one. If you have an eyeshadow that works as a highlighter, I think just go for it. I think just use it. But if you really want to go and get a separate highlighter, here are like a few suggestions. The Becca highlighter, we all know about it. It's holy grail, everybody loves it, looks absolutely beautiful. Another one that I really like are the Master Chrome ones by Maybelline. They also work really, really well, and I think they look pretty similar. This is more like pinkish though. And lastly, if you're looking to buy a highlighter which is expensive side, the Anastasia Beverly Hills one is really, really good. It is in the shade Dipping in Gold, and it's literally dipping in gold. And it's a stick, so it applies really beautifully exactly where you want it to. Right there, and right here, and on my nose, and on the center. So you see that, oh my god, you see that glow, right? And I kind of just like to blend it all with my fingers. You can always go in with a brush, but fingers just work well for me. And I just go upward with the highlighters. You see that glow, oh my god. I don't think I need anything more. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the second last step, which is lipsticks. Now lipsticks is gonna have three categories. They're gonna be lip liners, they're gonna be lipsticks, and then there are gonna be lip glosses. For lip liners, I don't have many to share, but I got this set of like multiple lip liners from Swiss Beauty, and they work really well, and they give me multiple shades in like really good budget-friendly price. So if you're looking to get into lip liners and you don't know how to use them, or you don't know what shades to get, whatever, and you want to just try multiple shades, you can get this little set. Now let's get into the lipsticks. If you don't know what shade to get, if you just want multiple lipsticks with you when you're traveling, Gush Beauty has these set of lipsticks, okay, which has like multiple colors in these travel size this. You can mix these colors and create any color you want, and these are also very travel friendly because you don't have to carry so many lipsticks. You can just carry one stick, and they also have good color palette. So if you're a person who's like more towards the brown tone, then you buy the browns. If you like the reds, then you buy the reds. And they have so many options, so many shades, and I really, really stand by this. I think this is one travel necessity that would prove really, really helpful, and I carry it around whenever I'm going for events or anything and I need multiple shades because I don't know what outfit I'm gonna wear. And they have really good formulas also. It's not like they've compromised on the formulas. The formulas are really, really nice. They stay for a good time. I wouldn't say they don't budge, but they stay for a good time, and you can reapply because you can easily put it in your purse. MAC also has a lot of minis. They have minis in absolutely everything, so if you're looking to travel again, you can always get the MAC minis. I have this one in the shade World, which is like this subtle brown nude. I think again really, really good for festive season, but also a good daily lipstick. Talking about lipsticks that don't budge, the MAC Locked Kiss inks and sticks, I think they have two, I'm not so sure, but this and like a liquid form of the lipstick, they don't budge. Even this one just doesn't freaking budge. The one I have is in a darker shade. It's in the shade Vixen. But if you're looking for more daily friendly or wedding friendly, for browns, Meticulous would look really good for Indian skin tones, and for like more of a pink shade if you want, then Koi is really the one you should go for. I personally love those two. I went and tried them out yesterday so that I could order them in the sale. But I really, really like this, and they don't budge at all, no matter how much food you eat. Perfect for wedding season. Talking about wedding season, we have to talk about the wedding brand Charlotte Tilbury. This one is their airbrush lipsticks, and it's in the shade Walk of No Shame. Looks beautiful, feels so lightweight, doesn't even feel like you're wearing anything. Unfortunately, it does move from your lips when you're eating or something, but you can always reapply. It's a very beautiful color, and they have beautiful shades. Especially if you're the kind of person who doesn't like having anything on your lips or feeling like you have something on your lips, then this would work really well. Moving ahead, the perfect dark brown that I have ever worn, that you guys keep asking the shade for, is this liquid lipstick by Love Child by Masaba in the shade Hukum. Another one that I again stand by and really love is the Lakme Lip Mousse lipsticks. I think it all depends on where I'm going and what look I'm going for, and that's how I decide these lipsticks, because most of the shades are pretty similar, but the formulas are different and how they feel is different, and I think I have to make a more detailed video on lipsticks to explain my love for them. I think red lipsticks will have a separate fan base, but please look at this red lipstick by Lancome. It's such a beautiful red. Like if you line your lips with a liner, with like a darker red liner, and fill it in with this light one. Also the packaging is so cute. Just look at this, okay? It goes like this, and then you open it up, and it looks so pretty. I think like the packaging, and it has like a tiny rose here. The packaging really gets to me. Another brown that does not budge but also gives you a gloss and does not transfer at all are these lipsticks by Urban Decay. I'm actually going to wear this one to the wedding today and I'm going to mix it a little with some other color. This gives you that vinyl gloss kind of look but also does not let your hair stick on your lips and stays on for a very long time, does not budge at all. So this is a very good lipstick for longer days, and if you want to do that gloss look but you can't apply gloss because your hair is open and then it just sticks everywhere. For lip glosses, most of the glosses I have are like plumping glosses. I think every gloss I have is a plumping gloss. I'm not so sure. Yeah, every gloss I have is plumping gloss. So we have the e.l.f. lip plumping gloss. I really like this. Is like a brown nude. It's in the shade Mocha Twist. It's like a brown pinkish nude. It looks really nice, kind of plumps up your lips also. Not extreme plumping but somewhere out there, and looks really pretty. You can wear it separately also, but you can also wear it with like your lipsticks. Another one that I really like is the MAC squirting gloss. It was famous for a reason and it still is. This one is kind of like in a reddish tint. You can also get the plain gloss if you wanna not have the reddish tint, but this plumps your lips really well and it applies so beautifully and looks so good. It's like pure glossy gloss and I love how it looks. We have the all-time famous Too Faced lip injection. Nothing like this really. It really injects your lips and makes it look like 10x bigger. I think I'm going to use this just to show you the difference. Last, if you're looking for a cheaper plumping gloss, then you have this Plump and Nourish by K Beauty. It works well. Not too good, not too bad. Works as a great gloss as well. So if you are looking for something on the cheaper side, something to just have and try it on, and like just a plain gloss which is good and thick, then this one would work. Now that we've spoken about everything, let's now actually move on and do the lips. Now I'm going to use the two lipsticks that do not budge together so that I don't have to constantly reapply my lipsticks during the wedding. I have the MAC Lock Kiss Ink. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. A beautiful burgundy-ish color. I really like this color, but I think it's too much for a day wedding. Use this lipstick by Urban Decay in the shade Law of Attraction. For using it, always shake the lipstick to activate the formula. So now I kind of have like a dark pink, but also kind of brownish tones and also a little vinyl gloss going on. Let's talk setting sprays. So my top three, really quick. This all-nighter setting spray by Urban Decay. I wore it to the Coldplay concert literally, and my makeup did not budge till the end of the night. It all stayed together. Of course, a little bit yes, but not completely and not as much as it would at a freaking concert. Another one that I really like and works really well for me, Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray by Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's a great investment for wedding days and events where you really want your makeup to stay. This will also make sure that it stays for a very long time and also give you kind of like this beautiful sheen on your face. So I'm going to use this today. And another one that also works as a base and is a long-lasting setting spray is the Pore Professional one by Benefit. Again, works really well. Absolutely love it. I've not used this for very long durations, but for a little time it's really kept my makeup together. So yeah, these are all the sprays, and I'm going to finish up with this Charlotte Tilbury one. Make sure you get enough so that it covers your entire face, and we're just gonna let it dry. And we're pretty much done. I think for this look, you can always switch around with the colors that you're using and keep the technique the same to also get a completely different look. If you would use a different color lip with this entire look, it would look completely different. And I think that's how you can keep switching up your looks without switching up your techniques and what you know and the routine you follow, so that it's really quick. And I think makeup goes much faster when you know what exactly your next step is to be. But yeah, that is how I do my wedding makeup look and my favorite products all in one video. I don't even know how long this video is going to be, but I'm going to put timestamps so that you can see exactly what you want to see. And yeah, that's it for my look. I really hope you liked it, and I'm getting super late for attending the wedding, so I'm gonna quickly go and change in my final outfit. I think I'm gonna put a few clips from what I wore and how the look looked with my outfit, so that you know exactly what I was trying to do. I switched up the lipstick and wore the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and it looked really good with my outfit because it was more lighter tone. This lipstick just fit perfectly with my look. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped. If you want any more recommendations, just put them down and I'll try to respond with my recommendations as much as I can. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope this was a helpful video. And one more disclaimer, which I should have probably given in the start, is that this is the routine that works for me and my skin. It's kind of like a math equation that I follow different steps to, you follow different steps to, but we come to the same answer because there's no right solution to this one. And I think you should do makeup for fun. You should enjoy the process and do what works for you. Certain tricks that work for me might not work for you, while certain tricks that work for you do not work for me. And sometimes certain tricks just work for both of us. So I think just be experimental, have fun, start makeup with an open mind, and just enjoy the process. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is the final look, and if you do recreate it, please tag me. I would really love to see you in this look. Okay, that's it for the video. Bye bye, see you.